Hollywood run out of original ideas? Let's talk about it.
Hollywood has run out of ideas.
This is not a banger. This is not a banger.
All they want to do now is put on shows like The Walking Dead.
Hollywood is out of ideas.
Last 3 years has gotten so unbelievably lazy, and now it's all just reboots.
They are out of ideas. They're clearly out of ideas. Every movie's a remake. Every movie's a reboot, yeah?
Hollywood has run out of ideas. It is something we hear more than that damn kicking the helmet fact in Lord of the Rings. This idea of Hollywood has officially run out of ideas. The idea bin is empty. Nothing's original anymore. Okay, so now for the rest of time, all we're gonna get is superhero films and sequels and requels and prequels and remakes. Well, I'm gonna have to tell you, I disagree. I refuse that hypothesis. The idea that Hollywood has just now ran out of ideas. Because if you look at the numbers, Skip, Hollywood has never had a ton of creative ideas. And that's because they've only had one idea: make money. You're thinking, I don't care about that. I'm talking about the creative side of things, the quality side of things, the actual type of movies that gets made. That's what I care about. And to that, I laugh, my Nino. Preposterous. If we're talking about the writing and the directing side of things, I'm gonna go the complete opposite. I'm gonna stop that, reverse it. I think the industry now is just as, if not more creative than it's ever been. The problem is nobody sees those damn movies. Whoa. Hey, listen, I'm not talking about you. Okay, I'm talking about someone else. Somebody else. You don't know them, okay? They go to a different school. And even if I was talking about you, which I'm not, I'd never do that. Really, it wouldn't be your fault. There are a ton of different factors to take into account, so I present part one, The Machine. It's important to remember that Hollywood is unfortunately a business. If you've seen La La Land or any other love letter to Hollywood film, it might make it seem like Hollywood is this magical place where dreams come true. And there's no traffic. There's no traffic in Hollywood, and even when there is, it's just to set up a dance number, okay? Gosh dang, man, drive a little slower. You're gonna ruin the dance sequence. A place where the art is carefully crafted, and yes, sometimes that's true. At the end of the day, though, this is a business, and the point of a business isn't to make people happy, it's not to fulfill people, it's to make money. I think now is actually the easiest time to prove that because of all of these strikes that have been going on. You have these producers and studio heads that make a bajillion dollars and hoarding it all like Smaug, and then when one little dude, background extra, who works at a Starbucks on the weekends, like Bilbo, he comes in and says, excuse me, sir, can I just have one rock? Just one rock. I just want that one rock. If it was about making dreams come true, the strikes would have never happened to begin with. But they did, because money. And therefore, point made. Keeping in mind that money rules the industry, it starts to change how you look at certain things. If you want to grow and be successful, you can't just look at your failures and your losses, you also have to look at your wins. And if the metric in Hollywood is money, let's take a look at some of Hollywood's biggest wins. 8 out of the 10 highest grossing films of all time fall under that category of superhero film, sequel, or remake. The reason that for so long we got what felt like 6 to 7 superhero films a year, it's because they worked. And they made lots and lots of money. There is way more incentive to make and market these movies because of that past track record that proved it. In 2023 though, things are changing a little bit because the genre, it's showing some kinks in the armor, and that the formula might not be as foolproof as we all once thought. Hollywood is going to make the movies that the most amount of people are going to go see. And a huge part of that, the biggest part of that, is the audience. If a streaming service decided, hey, let's invest $100 million into making a show, you know, some crazy wacky idea around a YouTuber, try to get our investment back because money. Mr. J Films, I could work for months, years on a pitch. I could perfect it. It could be the next Citizen Kane, work day and night, hour and hour, really make this thing perfect, really make it the next genius idea, the best idea of all time. If the streamer decides, okay, it's either J Films, who's got that pretty sick pitch, not gonna lie, he's a good idea. It's either him or Mr. Beast. They're not picking me. Hell, if I'm the one investing, I'm not picking me. Even if Mr. Beast didn't prepare a pitch, I had the best idea of all time, he doesn't even have an idea. The reason that 100 out of 100 people are going to pick Mr. Beast is because he has over 200 million people that are already invested, already interested. Even if 10% of his audience watches the show, it's 20 million people. For me, if 10% watch it, it's like 2,000 superhero movies, sequels, remakes. They are Mr. Beast, and I'm more of like an indie film. Not Indiana Jones, because that wouldn't do good in the first place, but more of like a Robert Eggers movie. With these big movies, there's less need to convince people to go and see them. They know Spider-Man, they love Lion King, nostalgia. I know Lion King, I know that guy, I know that lion, he's a good dude. They are obsessed with Star Wars. By the time that people even find out it exists, I'm in, I'm signed up, I'm already there. Now take The Northman, a fantastic movie, which I think is better than probably every Marvel movie, every Star Wars movie, everything like that has come out over the last few years. I think it's way better. Think of all of the convincing you have to do. Who is the main character? Am I going to like them? Is it worth my time? Maybe it's too scary. Maybe there's not enough action. People are going to pick what they know, what they feel is a safer bet, because going to the movies is expensive, and studios know that. Especially when you're tired, you want to go see a movie, your little shit kids are home crying and stuff like that. You just finished a 9-hour shift. You don't want to take the risk, okay? You want to see something safe, something that you think is going to be better. So they are never going to stop making these movies until people stop seeing them. If you think that Hollywood has ran out of ideas, it's time to throw on the shades, climb out of the vault. It's a new day, it's a new era, a new day is dawn. Also, I don't blame you though. I don't blame you at all. There are a few factors I want to talk about here. One being marketing. If the new superhero film, right, has a budget of 100 million, they're probably gonna put about a third of that into marketing, meaning that the $100 million film equals about 33 million in marketing. But what happens when we get to the smaller films? What happens there? Story time! The other day I was at Disneyland, right, waiting in Cars the Line for the ride of Cars. Kids are picking their nose. Mickey Mouse, he's doing the floss with like some Disney adult vloggers and stuff like that. Everyone's getting ready to ride Owen Wilson. Go for a big ride on Owen Wilson, okay? Owen Wilson the ride. I'm talking to my brother Reggie, and he's pretty into movies, and we're talking about how bad YouTuber movies are, and I go, yeah, Laid in America is pretty bad, but did you see Talk to Me? And he goes, what the hell is that? He had never even heard of the thing. Is a pretty fire movie. I recommend it if you like horror, but with a budget of only around 4.5 million, that puts its marketing at only around 1.5 million. Almost 1/33 of the big superhero movie. It makes sense that a lot of people only think that these superhero movies and Disney movies and stuff like that, it makes sense that they think those are the only movies coming out when the smaller films don't have the budget, the marketing budget, to get themselves out there, to compete with the big dogs. Yes, Talk to Me is a bit of an extreme example, but even films that have that $20 to $50 million range, they can't spend that much on marketing either, because it only makes it that much harder for those films to make a profit. There are also a lot of big films that just have really bad marketing, but that's just a whole other video. So people don't really even know about these movies. Because if you see lots of movies, right? I see lots of movies. I saw 62 films in theaters last year. If you eliminate every single film that was either a sequel, a remake, or a superhero film, guess how many you'd have? Guess how many you'd have of 62 films? 41 movies. 41 of the 62. Are all of these movies good? Shut up, don't ask me that question. But there are some really good ones, a lot of awesome films I don't think people even knew existed. In fact, let's test it out. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call some of my friends and family right now. I'm gonna ask them which of these movies they had heard about, which ones they think is a real movie. Only gonna be one real among the bunch, and that's The Menu, 2 fake movies. Okay, so don't look it up, no cheating. I'm gonna give you 3 movies that have come out in the last few years. 2 of them are fake and 1 of them is real, and I want you to tell me which one you think is real. So the first movie is Watcher, the second one is Vengeance, and the third one is The Menu.
The Menu is the real movie.
So the Watcher, Vengeance, and what was the last one? I'm gonna go with Vengeance.
Okay, you think Vengeance is the real one?
Yeah.
The Menu.
The Menu's real?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, there's
Sometimes I fail.
you're just gonna get publicly humiliated.
I know The Menu's real.
Okay, is that all you have?
Hold on. No, that's not all I have. Give me a second.
Are you you can't look it up though.
I'm not, I promise. Are you recording this?
No. Okay, so those are the results. 2 people got it right, but trick question, all of the movies are real. So, haha, you thought I lost? No, I won. I won. And if you thought one of them was fake, point made, baby. The good news, people, is that we are getting some of the most original and wacky movies these days that really give me hope when it comes to original content. I mean, Best Picture from last year, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, an insanely creative and original movie. So let me give you some advice, okay? Can I give you some advice? You look like someone that loves advice. Speak the language the studios understand. Money language. If you don't like what Marvel is doing right now, don't see the new Marvel movies. If you want more films like Killers of the Flower Moon, go and see it. It might not feel like you're doing a whole lot, like you're not contributing, like it really matters if the studios get your 15 bucks or not, but it is a start and you're doing something. You're at least playing a part. And I feel like it's kind of like voting in an election. If you don't vote, you can't complain about the winner. So use your money wisely and at least you get to complain in peace, knowing that you did your part. Share the video, please. Like and subscribe, please. Hooray, videos.